Is power always loud, or can it be gentle? In a wide savannah, one lion was known for his huge roar. It was a sound that shook the leaves from the trees and sent tremors through the ground. When he roared, every animal for miles around would stop, listen, and run. Birds would burst from the trees in a panic, and herds of zebras and wildebeest would scatter across the plains. He believed that respect only came from fear. He would walk proudly through his territory, his head held high, and the smaller animals would scurry to hide behind rocks and bushes. Seeing them cower made him feel strong and important. This, he thought, was what it meant to be a king. But as he grew older, something started to change. His mighty roar, the source of all his pride, began to hurt his own throat. After each thunderous shout, he would feel a painful scratching sensation, and sometimes he would break into a fit of coughing. He also noticed that his roar scared everyone, even his own family. The other lions and their playful cubs would flinch and step back whenever he let out a roar, leaving him feeling strangely alone. One evening, as the sun painted the sky in shades of orange and purple, he went to the waterhole for a drink. There, he saw an old elephant standing peacefully by the water's edge. The elephant was enormous, far larger than the lion, yet he moved with a quiet grace. All the other animals at the waterhole seemed calm in his presence. The lion, feeling puzzled, approached the old elephant. He kept a respectful distance and asked, "You are so big and powerful, yet you never shout or roar. Why do the other animals respect you so much when you are so quiet?" The elephant turned, his eyes full of a wisdom that seemed as old as the savannah itself. A knowing smile seemed to play on his lips as he looked at the lion. He answered in a deep, calm voice, a voice that was soft but carried great weight. "Because when I speak," he said, "I try to help, not to hurt. True strength isn't about making others afraid of you. It's about making them feel safe with you." The lion watched as the elephant then gently used its massive trunk to guide a small lost calf back to its mother. The gesture was so simple, yet so powerful. The elephant's words echoed in the lion's mind. He decided to try an experiment. For one whole week, he would not roar at anyone. No matter what happened, he would hold back his famous shout. The first few days were difficult. His instinct was to roar at the slightest annoyance, and he had to catch himself, close his mouth, and take a slow, deep breath instead. Soon, he started finding new ways to handle things. Instead of roaring to stop a squabble, he began using calm words and his careful, observant eyes to solve problems. When he saw two young lions fighting over a piece of meat, he didn't roar to separate them. Instead, he stepped between them and spoke slowly, explaining how they could share. At first, the other animals were suspicious. They didn't trust this new, quiet style, okay? They expected the loud roar and were confused when it didn't come. But as the days passed, they slowly started to relax around him. The meerkats didn't dive into their burrows when he passed, and the zebras didn't bolt. They just watched him with curious eyes. Soon, a wonderful thing happened. The little lion cubs, who used to run from him, started to approach him playfully. They would climb onto his broad back as he rested in the sun, feeling completely safe. Small, colorful birds would land on the grass near his paws, chirping their songs without a trace of fear. The lion had never felt such a sense of connection with the world around him. He realized that real power is not just the ability to scare, but the ability to protect. It was about being a guardian, not a tyrant. One day, he found a hidden hunter's trap, and, instead of roaring in anger, he calmly guided the other animals away from the danger, ensuring everyone was safe. He still could roar when truly needed, like when a real threat appeared on the horizon. His roar was still mighty, but now it was used to defend, not to dominate. Most days, however, he chose a softer voice, a voice of guidance and reassurance. And in the end, when the stories of his time were told, the savannah remembered him not as the loudest lion, but as the one who kept everyone safe.